Welcome to our little discussion on digital audio. My name is Jim Ott of Purist Audio Design. I've been a manufacturer of high-end audio cables for over 25 years. What we like to achieve here is just a brief discussion on putting together a high-end digital PC system, all the different components that'll go in it. We're also going to be representing different products, talking about generalities. In this little video, all we're going to do is touch on generalities, and then based on input from you all, I hope to kind of pick out a direction to go in our next video. So at the end, we'll have links to our Twitter account, our Facebook account, and our emails, so you can contact us and give us your feedback. On to the good parts, audio equipment. The first thing you're going to pick out is the speakers. Okay, typically in speakers, all of us are guilty of this. We want to get the largest speaker we possibly can get, which is not necessarily the best thing from a sound quality. You want to get a speaker that's going to work with your room. If you have a huge room, then yes, you want a big speaker to provide the necessary sound pressure level for your room and give you the results you want. But if your room is a smaller room, possibly getting a bigger speaker will actually give you bad sound. So possibly a smaller bookshelf speaker on stands will give you better sound. The idea here is get an appropriate speaker for the size room you have. Also, get the quality you want. You know, if you're going to get a smaller speaker, get a better quality speaker. You know, pay attention. Also, go out and listen to the speakers. This is easier said than done, but there's a lot of audio shows scattered throughout the United States. Something to try to maybe take a visit to. Talk to the different engineers of different products. Next up the line we move to the amplification. You have to drive the speaker. Now, you may love tubes, you may love solid states. Either one has great sound. But for your speaker, you've got to get an appropriate amplifier to drive your speaker. Now, whether it's tube or solid state, we don't worry about it in this discussion. But you want to get an amplifier that will provide the necessary sound pressure level for your room and to give you a comfortable listening experience. Next up the chain, you got to have a preamp, or you might have gone to an integrated amplifier, which is a trend nowadays. A lot of people trying to simplify their system and make it where it's more cost effective. So you have to have a preamp to control your different devices. True, we're talking about a digital high-end audio system, but you may also have a tuner that your wife likes to listen to. You might also have analog. You might have a turntable, and you might also have a reel-to-reel tape deck. So this is something that you got to consider, a way to control your input devices. Also, you want to look at the convenience factor. All of us, we love to sit on our couch, and we do not want to jump up and down to turn the volume. So remote control is something else you might consider. From there, we move to the DAC, digital analog converter. Now, since we're talking high resolution audio systems, when we say high resolution, we're talking 192K at 24-bit. Now this can go all the way down to 44.1 at 24-bit. But you've got to have a DAC that's capable of reproducing this. Not all DACs out there will do this. A lot of them will, probably 90%, but there's 10% that won't. So you got to consider this. And all DACs are not created equal. I mean, there's just like cars. So you got to spend some time, do some research, talk to some people, look to see what DAC's going to fill your bill. Then we come up the food chain again. Okay, now you got to have your source. Okay, a lot of people are going either Mac, Windows, or a music server. So of those three, you've got to be able to choose which one you want to go with. There's a lot of different choices out there. A lot of different ways you can go. A lot of different software you can have on your Windows or your Mac machine. The music servers are kind of like canned products. What you get is what you have. But there's a lot of convenience factors, and there's a wide range of costs. I mean, just like on DACs, you can spend anywhere from $100 all the way up to $70,000. All of them will accomplish basically the same goal, but they all won't get you there the same way. The last thing we need to consider is the cables. And this is the thing where a lot of people tend to try to cut corners. You need to get good quality cables to put between all your different components. There's an old adage in high-end audio: you're only as weak as your weakest link. So if your weakest link is cables, then that's where your weakest link, where your sound's going to be hurting from. If you buy a cheap DAC, then that's where your sound's going to be hurting from. If you buy a cheap preamp, same way. So based on this, I'm going to say goodbye, happy listening, and please get in touch with us and let us know what you'd like to talk about next. Goodbye.